Hello everybody, Princess Demerara here, and we're back at the Wilderness Lodge for
Artist Point, in case
yes.
you hadn't noticed. It has reopened, and so we are here to enjoy the Evil Queen.
I brought my own.
I'm a princess.
I don't need these as evil princess then to meet the Evil Queen. We haven't been in this place since
it opened in 2018, 2019,
and
something
just
like that.
What, reopened a few weeks ago?
10 days ago.
So here we are to deliver it to you.
Be sure to eat apples.
You heard the girl. Oh, and I didn't forget the camera this time like last time. So this is my redemption.
We're back with this tree over here. Huge tree on the table. It's pretty, but it takes up a lot of table real estate. Which is just bourbon, peach, and raspberry with sugar. It's very bourbon-y. This is the drink that Bear's probably gonna want to steal from me. If you like bourbon or like this, I would give this 4 out of 5 bourbons.
Creative but sticky. Watch where you put your hand because it is definitely brewed and sort of like falling over the edge of the glass. It's a nice look, but spring whites. Smells like my kind of poison. Ooh. Small gulps, extra strong bourbon with like the sort of like a peach syrup sticky around the edge. So you get a hint of peach with the bourbon, along with everything mixed into the drink. That's special. Look at that. 4 out of 5 points.
The Evil to the Core, which probably should be my drink, but I wasn't feeling jalapeno. Yeah, I probably will confiscate this drink. It's very fruity and sweet, and not Bear's jam. I would give that 4 out of 5 tarts, because it's very tart.
A very sizable, it's basically a margarita. I have an issue though with things that aren't what they say they are. If you promise me spice, I want the spice with the sweet. There's a hint. And when I say hint, I'm thinking like noir murder mystery hint. So like, you know, whiff of some spice. The rest is all tart and sweet. It's not a bad drink. But I'm definitely feeling some false advertisement in that drink description. 3.5 out of 5 plus.
And we have a beautiful spring roll. Look at how fresh and delicious it looks. It's just ready to be bitten into. Wow. I can say all the ingredients in that roll are 100% fresh. Like they were taken from my garden today. That is one of the most delicious spring rolls I've had. I wish that they gave you more than one. But this one's gonna be good. I would give that 4.5 out of 5 spring rolls for the freshness. I think Bear's gonna want to steal this one from me. I wouldn't blame him either. The things that are in that are just fresh, delicious.
They definitely got the spring roll wrap down. A little matchstick, basically everything. You have some carrots, looks like zucchini in here, some pepper, a little bit of sauce. See how it tastes. The crispness of the veggies combined with the sauce and the wrapper. That's a great appetizer. It makes me wish they offered that in the non-plant-based version. That right there, 4.5 out of 5 claws. I was not expecting something that tasty that soon.
We have this beautiful mushroom soup. It looks so beautiful. It reminds me of like a clear soup from Teflon. And it's like little crisps of mushrooms in there, which, you know, I'm not a mushroom person, but I would eat this soup. It's not bad. I'm glad it's a small piece, small sample. I would give it 3 out of 5 mushrooms. It's good, but it's a good starter. It's a good starter.
I'm glad they kept little touches like little cauldron for your soup. It's not much, but it counts. This place is all about atmosphere more than the food, but the food has come up a step. Maybe something to recommend. I am curious about this soup. Got little bits floating in it. Very mushroomy.
Is this your huntsman?
Yes.
I'm in need of a new huntsman myself.
He does all my bidding very
What happened to the
well.
last one? Is that some sort of crown?
It is. I try.
Try to smell.
Well, you know, I can't be as big and grand as you.
I know.
Soup, give that a 2.5 out of 5 claws. Not really my jam, but it's okay.
That's so Would you be sleeping in the parking lot?
And then we have this beautiful tomato salad with all these different colored tomatoes. And an onion here. I think with a little olive oil on it. Very fresh. Again, tasting like it's from a garden. Absolutely delicious. I like this option as well. I wish there was more. I would absolutely eat that, but I would give that a 3.5 out of 5 tomatoes.
We have this little minuscule tomato salad. It's literally like 3 cherry tomatoes sliced in half with a little sprig of herbs and then like a dressing. I get it. But this is more like a salad tasting than a salad, I would say. Dressing is good. Tomatoes are good. I just wish it was just a teeny bit bigger. Maybe 4 tomatoes instead of 3. Go ahead and give the tomato salad a 3 out of 5 claws.
Lastly, we have this meatball, which replaces the bao that I had the last time I was here, which was one of my favorite things. It is still an alt meat. You still get a nice like little piece of goodness right there, hopefully well seasoned. It is well seasoned. It tastes like something that should be in a slider. I quite like that a lot as well. It's I wish there was like 2 meatballs, maybe 3. I think that would be good for this size of appetizer. This is a really small appetizer, I feel, for like a $60 prefix meal. The meatball I'm gonna give a 4 out of 5, but like overall I think the appetizer is like a 3 just simply because of the size. I wish it was bigger. But it's really delicious, little small pieces that you get. So I guess it's like fine character dining. It's like Topolino's but dinner. I don't know how I feel about that.
And we have over here this delicious looking meatball covered in what looks like plant-based cheese. A little finger help here. So I'm a bear after all. Interesting meatball. Most likely impossible meat. But it's well seasoned as well. I'd say it's above average. Gives that a 3 out of 5 claws. The whole thing is just okay. It's not a bad appetizer, but the spring roll definitely takes the cake. It's like the best one. Overall, giving the whole thing a 3.5 out of 5 claws. Here for the bear portions, what looks to be, this is the same size cauldron, is a mushroom bisque of sorts. A lot more thicker and creamier than the princess's soup. Some things all in it. Probably bits of mushroom. Take the whole cauldron with me. Ooh. Definitely the same hint of mushroom, but a lot creamier. You can taste the cream. Probably should take a magic pill first. But for that, I give that a 3.5 out of 5 claws. Definitely better than the princess's soup. Next up, we have our single shrimp cocktail on a bed of random leaves. It's a tail-on shrimp. We're gonna do this in bear style as well. A little bit of cocktail sauce. It's a cute looking thing. So the cocktail sauce is a bit more kick with like store-bought cocktail sauce, but the shrimp is nothing special. It's chilled, tail-on, run-of-the-mill shrimp. 2.5 out of 5 claws. And we have our meat pie over here, which is turkey and chicken and a little pie crust topped with some cheese. It's a very cute looking thing. We'll do more civilized this and cut into this. See what we got in the middle here. Definitely very crispy. Like almost wonton wrapper crispy. Very cute. Which basically, not basically, it actually is turkey and chicken blended a little meatball and like a little mini pie crust, which works nice and crisp. You get that sort of meat pie flavor. Probably my most favorite thing I've had so far. I'm giving that a 4.5 out of 5 claws. Definitely more than meat pies. Make meat pies a thing, Disney. Without the murder and such, but meat pies.
We have this Tricken chicken. It's Tricken because it's not real chicken, it's vegan chicken, and it is a much improved version of what we had the last time we were here. Last time we were here, it looked very much like a Whispering Canyon chicken, like repurposed. This actually looks beautiful with some nice presentation. We got like a nice little sliver here. I'm gonna get all the sauces, all the stuff and things. Alright, I swear. Oh, I'm gonna get berry too. All the stuff and things together. Wow. It's just seasoned beautifully. Charred beautifully. It has like a nice smoky taste to it, which gives it a unique like flavoring. This definitely elevated from Whispering Canyon instead of equal to Whispering Canyon like it was last time. I would actually come here and actually recommend this as a alt meat dish, which I did not do the last time we were here. We'll give this a 4.5 out of 5 chickens. I think Bear's gonna be jealous of my dish.
This has to be the most fairy tale or beautiful display of alt meat that I've probably ever seen at Disney World. Beautifully plated, just like you would a normal piece of chicken on this bed. A roasted cauliflower, cherry tomatoes and vegetables, circled in the sauce, topped in the sauce. I mean, they definitely put some thought into how they laid out this dish. It's not just, here's a slab of alt meat. They even gave the princess a real steak knife.
Please give a warm welcome to Snow White!
So you have a nice piece of like charred chicken, a little white to it, fake chicken as you will. You got some greens over here, a little bit of mashed veggie, you got some cauliflower. Load that up. Just get a little bit of sauce. I've always said that the key to serving somebody an alt meat, not serving it by itself. It's the fixings, because the alt meat tastes like alt meat. It's everything else is going to sell it as a complete dish that the veggies do here. The chicken is probably the best plant-based chicken that I've had in a while, but it's still basically the Gardein style chicken slab that it's always been. The texture still needs a little bit of work, but the char helps. But with the sauce and the veggies, honestly, most people wouldn't even know the taste of the difference.
Hello,
I'll give that a 4 out of 5 plus.
Look at the beautiful crown you're wearing today. Does she have 7 friends that work at a diamond mine too?
Just me.
Oh, just you?
Just me.
Well, you did a fantastic job finding all those lovely diamonds.
Thank you.
Well, I hope you get a chance to show them off to Dopey and Grumpy when they come.
will.
I think they would be quite impressed with them, don't you?
Yes.
Oh, and then perhaps you'll have to visit us at the mine sometime. You could bring it. We could find a couple more to add as well. You can never have too many, right?
True.
Well, it was so very lovely to see you, and I hope to see you both at the mine soon, all right?
Oh, absolutely.
Goodbye.
Now, this is an absolute beast of a pork shank. Given the portion sizes and everything else we've gotten thus far, I definitely wasn't expecting a serving size this big. But you have like the roasted pork shank, little touches of radish here, on top of a bit of mashed potatoes and sauce. They gave me a knife. I'm not even sure if I need it. I don't. I'm gonna use it anyway. I'm trying to let you guys get a nice civilized cut of what it looks like. See, perfectly cooked. You don't even need the knife. It's basically useless. Nice thick juicy chunks. You can see the juiciness, so I know it's not dry. A little bit of the mashed potatoes, a little bit of the sauce. It smells wonderful. That's the kind of pork shank fit for a fairy tale. Like, it's like nice and roasted on the outside. The juices definitely gave it a lot of flavor. It just sort of falls apart in your mouth. It's like almost mashed meat without being mashed. You barely even need to chew. I feel like some prince caught this for the princess. Either way, some good pork shank. That's solid. 4 to 5 claws. I may have cut this place a little bit short.
This is the Alchemy, the last of the 6 specialty drinks we have to try, split between this video and our last one. It's gin and grapefruit. It tastes like gin and grapefruit. It belongs at the Grandestino Tower, because that's a gin hotel. But that means it's a good drink. So 3.5 out of 5 gins, only because I'm not a gin drinker. If you like gin, you'll like this drink.
But the rest of the drinks seem pretty well on theme. This just is a normal drink. Sort of breaks the whole in the forest fantasy for me. Maybe it just needs a better glass. So a very strong, very floral gin, combined with the griffin fruit, grapefruit if you will. Refreshing, but definitely sip. No big gulps. 3 out of 5 plus.
Give a big welcome to Grumpy and Dopey.
He looks very grumpy.
He's grumpy. What do you expect from him? He's not happy. He doesn't want to be here.
Actually, maybe a smile?
He's giving you spirit fingers. That's as good as he's going to get. That's right.
I like that energy. I feel that energy.
Sweet grumpy. Give you some apples, maybe? No? You don't want any apples? That's okay. That's right. Oh, you can stomp those apples. Hard. It's okay, you're allowed.
gonna start with this beautiful gooseberry pie. It looks a lot different than the gooseberry pie we had the last time we were here. It's a little more oatmeal-y, I want to say, but still beautiful. Let's see what it tastes like. It tastes like a fruit roll-up, which I'm not mad at.
Friends, it's
5 out of 5
time to have
gooseberries.
some fun.
Plant-based version of the gooseberry pie. Same thing that Grumpy's not going to get because he was stomping through the halls. But got little berries. It does sort of look more like a pudding than a pie, but alterations had to be made for the plant-based version. So I'm so excited. Very much like a pie filling with berries on top. Needs actual pie base. I think it will taste a little bit better, but the flavors are good. It's something that makes a solid dessert. 2.5 out of 5 plus.
So we have this beautiful dark chocolate. I guess it's kind of like a bonbon. It's like super rich. Oh goodness gracious. I feel like we had this the last time we were here. Definitely tastes vegan. It reminds me of that vegan brownie from Universal Studios that we get like every holiday, festive, whatever, but elevated. 4 out of 5 brownies.
And you have this chocolate bonbon here of sorts. I'm going to leave the Princess Leaf alone. Even with how tempting it is to just, you know, take it and do what bears do with leaves. Not that I'd know. Either way, you like some good chocolate.
It's prime rib.
It's almost brownie consistency.
Chicken.
Like the shape, like the display. 3 out of 5 calls. A bit rich though. I'm glad it's small.
Lastly, we have this beautiful chia seed pudding. We had this last time we were here as well, except there was no mango on top. So Bear absolutely cannot have this. This is beautiful goodness right here. Just all up in there. Ooh, and there's some cinnamon in with the chia seed. I could actually use it, or I would appreciate it without the mango. It doesn't really add much to it. It almost tastes like an apple pie. I would appreciate more if there was like apple pieces on top instead of mango. And then it would give you like this nice overall, I think, experience to the Snow White thing. Missed opportunity, but still delicious. I'm gonna give the desserts overall a 3 out of 5. Not worth coming here for. I think the entree is the star of this prefix meal.
It definitely feels like a themed dinner dessert. You have the gooseberry pie, poison apple dessert, and then you also have like a little sleepy display like from the mines with the rocks and everything else. Dopey. Display of the rocks from the mine, and it very much feels like a Snow White themed dessert. Let's try this gooseberry pie first. The pie crust, you just slice right through it. It's got the whipped cream on top with a little matcha sprinkle. That inside's there. Now that looks like a mini pie. Not a big pie person or dessert person, as some of you may well know, but I tried for you guys. This is something that gets you hooked on dessert, but no bigger than this. I hate strong pie flavors. This is a nice balance. This is probably more than I can normally eat on my own. 4 out of 5 plus. As for this poison apple, I'm gonna assume everything's edible in here, so I'm just gonna go ahead and try to eat it all. It's basically chocolate with like a candy, sort of like apple shell with the leaf. Get you guys all together here. Maybe. Yeah, we got it? Yeah, we got it.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest one of all?
3.5 out of 5.
Every fairy tale has a villain. The Queen!
So, Dope Dessert's probably the one I'm the most excited for, because honestly, just the display makes it, I don't even want to touch it. It reminds me just like Seven Dwarfs Mountain Train. You get like the rocks down here, but they're chocolate rocks. And then you have little Dopey's hat. Like everything here at Disney, I'm sure this is edible, so I'm just going to bite in the hat first. Same white chocolate designs I'm using everything.
Remember the hat.
Hat's gone. What? It's a pretty looking dessert. Let's see what the inside looks like. So it's definitely like an all-in cake. Got a little bit of rocks and the frosting on top. Got like some green soil here in the background. Can he scoop it? Yes, he can. Something like a marshmallow inside. The rocks seem hard when you tap them on the plate, but they break apart really easy. They're just a hard candy coating, like almost like M&M style, but soft on the inside. The frosting is there, but not overpowering. All the flavors go well together. And the dirt, it's just like green cake. That crumbles. All in all, this is probably the prettiest dessert. I still get the best one in the gooseberry pie, but this one I'll give 3.5 out of 5 plus. Overall, it's a solid plate. I give the whole plate of desserts a solid 4. Gooseberry pie's bringing everything up.
This is called the Kiss Goodnight. This is from the Queen.
Beautiful.
This is how the Queen thanks you for coming to admire her. Or compete with her. This one's the macchiato. It's a cookies and cream. And this one is a white raspberry.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
So the thanks of the Queen, we get a gold nugget, a heart, and cookies and cream. Bonbon. These two I get. Cookies and cream, I don't necessarily. I guess I'm just going to finger these. Totally like a little mini gold nugget. Mine fresh by the 7 Doors. Deep caramel. Very sticky. 2.5 out of 5 plus. And the Queen gives you a heart. That seems very unlike her. You should be taking them instead. Very fruity filling. Not my jam. 2 out of 5 plus. Cookies and cream bonbon. Really the best. And even just a cookies and cream bear. 3.5 out of 5 plus.
Another Snow White.
know it's nice to look at me. Waiting for me to arrive again?
We all know who's the best queen of all the queens.
Isn't it all?
Certainly not Snow White.
She's a princess. If that.
At this point, about time.
I like these signature cards a little bit better than the apple that we got last time, but I did kind of like the apple personally. So I don't know. The meal was very samey, but also different at the same time. So I'm kind of appreciative.
Yeah, I definitely feel like they elevated just half a step, not a whole step, but like half a step.
Is it worth $60 still? It's better than Be Our Guest.
I'll give it that.
If
Most
I had to
definitely
choose
that.
between this and Be Our Guest, because it's the same price, I'm picking this like hands down.
That tree is still sort of an issue. Now, they didn't really use the tree a whole lot during our meal
Only because
we
of the
have
allergies.
Yeah, we have 2 different servings, so they usually serve everything on the tree, but because we had completely separate plates, they didn't use it, which isn't really a big deal. But the tree, well, on theme, is it's so big in the middle of the
It
table.
is, and some tables it lit up, and ours it didn't. So I was
No.
kind of sad about that.
I'm let down by that. Anyway, something small and minuscule. I think that if your kids like character dining and you want to stay away from the jam of the parks, this is probably one of the better ones. And I don't really like character dining, so I think that it's still a little bit awkward in the way we are right now, having to take pictures and everything. But they come to every table, you get plenty of opportunity with them. They still, same sort of banter back and forth. So I think that it's a good opportunity if that's your goal. But I want to know, what did you guys think after seeing this? Would you come here at this point and basically all it's for character dining, or would you rather that money spent somewhere else? Let us know in the comments. If there's any other things you'd like us to do, even character dining, that's going to be a place to find us. Hit the notification bell if you want to see other videos like this, and
We have new videos 5 days a week: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Sunday.
we will see you soon.
Be sure to subscribe
You heard the girl.
and like this video. And if you don't comment, the evil queen will come after you.
I'll just send the princess.
I'm pretty evil too. You don't want to mess with me.
You heard the girl.